Ladies and gentlemen, button pushers and wrench turners, welcome to another episode of Something's Broken. My name's Tayler Goodyear, and I own TG CNC Service out of Wisconsin. Man, we've had a busy couple of weeks. I missed the episode recording last week as I was in Houston. I was doing 4 DMG Mori DMU, 3 DMU 65s, and one 105 install for a customer in Houston. Went okay for the most part. We ran into some issues here and there, but nothing that was too crazy, honestly. I got 3 of the 4 installed. One of them has a constant e-stop alarm, so time was kind of cut short. I had a bunch of customers back home with down machines that were hitting me up, so I think the customer will be able to install the 4th one themselves and just go from there. So got to hang out with my buddy down there, man. I love him and his family. It's great. I love going down there and seeing everybody. Uh, One of my closest friends for sure, and and as ever since I went out on my own, man, he's been very supportive, and he's actually the one that got me the work through the Houston customer. So shout out to him, man. Love that guy. So I flew back Sunday. Monday, I had a down machine at one of a newer customer. It was a VTC 300C Mazak. They were getting a cross-check alarm. And I did some research, asked all my Mazak buddies and shit, and couldn't really find any indefinite info on it. So I everything goes back to a safety IO unit inside of the electrical cabinet. Your door switches, e-stops, everything. I double checked 24 volt feedback. Everything was sending 24 volts back, which is good. So I couldn't really find anything indefinite wrong that may have been throwing that cross check alarm. I know the machine was stuck in an e-stop alarm and was telling me possibly 6 different switches were not being made, but I confirmed that every switch was being made with the 24 volt feedback to the safety IO. So I decided to take the safety IO unit and swap it with another machine. And over time, we'll see if the problem follows that safety IO unit. For now, the machine was back up and running. Customer was able to run parts, no issue. So it was like, okay, well, what the fuck happened? What changed? And the only thing that I changed was the safety IO unit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Customer was happy. It was back up and running. They were okay with me swapping some parts around from one machine to another as long as it didn't put both machines down, and it didn't. So time will tell on that. But sometimes you gotta do shit like that, especially when you're third party. You don't get the luxury of just throwing a bunch of parts out of a machine because, for one, we don't have the parts. So, and it's very rare that we have another machine in-house that has identical parts that we can just swap with. And sometimes that can get you into a even deeper hole. So you want to be careful doing that. Like I said, I explained it to the customer, the potential risk of swapping parts from machine to machine. I didn't think there was really that much of a high risk of swapping this unit for sure. So the customer was okay with it, and we'll see what happens. I haven't got a call, so I can only assume that the machines are still running, which is very weird. So we're chasing a ghost problem, which sucks, but we'll keep up with it and see what's going on. Another local customer had some stairs in front of a machine that got bent, like a part dropped on it. So my my contractor loves fabrication and he's really good at it. So I sent them out there and to replace the stairs, the bent pieces. He decided to replace the bent pieces. I told him, you do whatever do whatever the fuck you think is the best. He's like, well, I'm just gonna cut the bad pieces out and replace them. Okay, go for it. And so he took care of that Monday, I believe. So that was, you know, easy peasy. Stairs look great. Customers happy. That's all that matters. Fast forward. Uh, Tuesday. I can't remember what I did Tuesday. Anyways, doesn't matter. We rolled into a ball screw replacement on a Rami lathe. I've never really seen Rami in the field, so this machine was kind of new. Nothing too crazy. It's your basic setup, turning center, kind of a longer bed. And the Z-axis, we kept increasing backlash parameter up and up and up and up and up. And when a ball screw starts to go out, usually the backlash gradually climbs. It's not fast at all, at least depending on how bad the ball screw degrading is. This one, the backlash parameter was going up so fast that I was like, okay, there's definitely something wrong. The ball screw more than likely needs to be replaced. I disconnected the ball nut a long time ago and checked the preload, and there was no preload on the ball nut. It's like, okay, let's move forward with the ball screw. We'll replace the ball screw, the thrust bearings, whatnot. Well, what I found while disassembling it, I found that the drive side, most applications on ball screws, they have locating pins, tapered pins that help locate and capture the location of the bearing blocks. Well, I found the drive end tapered pins completely sheared. So some point in time, they had a very significant crash that snapped the pins. With that, it shifted the entire bearing block. And when it did that, we lost all preload on the thrust bearings, ball nut, the stretch was gone, basically. So when I seen that, I was like, oh, okay, well, that explains what happened and why we couldn't hold tolerances repeating in the Z-axis direction. So we moved forward with the ball screw replacement, bought new pins, reseated pins, and I had the contractor put it all back together. I took it all apart and had him put it all back together. This was some training that he really needed to see and do himself, and he did a great job, man. Awesome job. I was very impressed. But while we were working on this machine, the customer had an oops on another machine. They crashed it really bad. So then it turned into, okay, contractor, you work on this, get this back together. I gotta go work on this one and figure out what's going on. Well, I go over there and I can't even get the X-axis to move on this lathe. It's an NL3000 lathe. Can't even get the X-axis to move. As soon as you turn the machine on and disengage the brake, the load of the motor just climbs, and the motor actually starts screaming at you, which is not good. Not good at all. And I couldn't get it to move at all. I was like, okay, well, gotta start at square one. I need to remove the motor first. See if it's the ball screw that's toast, or the motor that's toast, or the brake that's toast. Just slowly disassembling. So I am in the process of that. I was kind of moving back and forth between the Rami lathe, helping the contractor get all that back together because they're screaming for that machine too. So got that. I couldn't get the coupling off of the ball screw. The motor is basically the motor and coupling are stuck on the ball screw. I've never seen this before. So I don't know if maybe there was like a little bit of friction welding that happened or some mushrooming that happened on the coupling when it crashed. I don't know, but I cannot get the motherfucker off, and it shouldn't be that hard to get the coupling off. So I gotta revisit that on Monday. I still got part of this Rami lathe that we gotta put back together, but we got zero backlash on the Rami lathe ball screw, which is great. I was very, very pleased with that. Even with parameters at 0 on the backlash, 1850, no backlash measured. So great, that is very good. The covers are a motherfucker to get off and on this Rami lathe. I don't know why they made it so difficult to do it, but to me, it took more time to get the covers off and get them back on than it did to actually do the fucking ball screw. So I don't know why, but it's they just, I don't know, a little over engineered in my opinion, but whatever. So just a couple of wipers and shit that we got to put back on Monday, and then we can start test cutting, and the tailstock has to be aligned, the steady rest has to be aligned. I didn't know all of this, so I still have to go through all this, and my schedule is just getting insane, man. We are booking like almost a month out right now, and we can't really take on any more work, which really sucks. So I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, but I gotta figure it out. My contractor has another welding job coming up next week. Customer wants basically an additional scraper added to a chip conveyor to kind of catch some chips so they don't rat nest underneath and get caught and then drag back into the chip conveyor. So he's going to take care of that. Monday I'll be back at the same customer, finishing up the Rami lathe and then digging into the NL3000. We did potential have, or at least I did, the contractor's already scheduled at another customer as well next week, Thursday I think. They have a window that needs to be replaced, safety glass that needs to be replaced, and a weight cover that needs to be replaced on a lathe, I believe. So he's going to take care of that. But they also have another machine in the same cell. It's a H630 or some Kia horizontal 630. The B-axis is not homing correctly. And I told the customer that, well, I can get in there, but I'm going to need more than a day. You guys have to give me more than a day. I can't just dig into this in a day and figure it out in a day and then try to repair it in a day. It's not going to happen. I was like, you guys need to take the time and give me the machine for more than a day. And if you don't do that, I have to pass it off to somebody else. I'm sorry. Like, I don't have the time to do this additionally to the schedule that I already have coming up after next week. So I told them that I would leave the 20th to the 23rd open for them. I haven't heard anything, and now the customer that I'm at now has 2 down machines. Now I don't know. I'm more than likely I'm gonna have to push that off to somebody else, and I fucking hate doing that. It nothing irks me more. It drives me up a wall even more than denying work and pushing work off to somebody else. We want that work. I want that work, but I want to be the go-to guy, man, for anything and everything CNC related. But when I have to push work off, that fucking sucks. I hate it. I really do. But it is what it is, man. I mean, it's the schedule is the schedule, and I have to schedule everything accordingly. And man, I don't think a lot of people understand how fucking stressful it is to schedule. It fucking sucks, man, because you have no idea how long it's going to take you to make a repair on a machine, and then you have a snowball, which happened to me. I thought I was going to finish the machine by Monday and then be open, but now I have another machine that's down, and it just snowballs. So trying to keep up with scheduling, it sucks, man. It fucking sucks. But For the most part, I do rather well keeping up with the schedule, but it's getting worse, man. It's getting hard right now, especially with booking so far out right now. It's getting rough, but hopefully we're at the top of a wave right now. Hopefully we come down in the wave after a month after we get all this booking out. But if we keep booking, man, I don't know. I don't know. It's a good and bad thing to have. It's um, I guess it's all about how you look at it. It's the perspective. But when you start losing customers because you can't show up, that's a problem. That's not what you want to happen. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm doing my best to keep up. Trying to support all my customers as best as possible while doing out of state work, which is why we're getting booked so much right now, as we have a lot of out of state work coming up, and I do all the out of state work. My contractor stays local, so it's it's busy right now, really busy. But we're doing what we can to keep up. So I think that's it for next week. There's potential that I won't be able to do an episode next week, but we don't. I mean, I kind of already explained what's going on, but we'll see what happens. It might be another 2 weeks before I record another episode, so we'll see what happens. All right, motivational time. Kind of was thinking about this because I've been kind of talking about all the same shit over and over, and I think that's good for me. And I don't know anybody else out there that really listens to the motivational part of these, but if you do, I like to just keep hammering on the same things because I think sometimes we need to hear it again, whatever it is. And for me, it's discipline. Motivation and discipline are two different things. You can have all the motivation in the world, but if you don't have the discipline when you don't have the motivation, you, yeah, a lot of people fall off. Whatever it is, whether it's going to the gym, losing weight, a major lifestyle change, running a business, staying up late, putting in extra hours, whatever it is. Sometimes motivation doesn't show up for you, and that's when discipline kicks in. And when you find discipline, there's nothing that can stop you. Nothing. Discipline is the full, just the full package, man, of succeeding in anything, any kind of success, man. And if you could find that, it's hard to find. It really is hard to find, and sometimes finding it is not fun. The road to finding it sometimes is not fun. You have to hit rock bottom, or you have to experience a very traumatic experience in your life, or you have to just break away from the norm, whatever you think is normal in your daily routine, and you have to break out of that to find the discipline to succeed, whatever it is. Man, it fucking sucks. But when you find it, man, there's nothing that can stop you. The sky's the limit on whatever you want to do, man. And if you don't have that discipline, go find it. Do it, man. Because when you find it, your entire perspective on life changes. Your entire life will change for the better. Discipline is never negative, man. It'll never be negative. You will always get a positive outcome from having discipline. And when you have discipline, you stay consistent in whatever you're trying to chase. And I really hope you guys find it. Because when you do, man, like, you unlock this completely different person of yourself that you didn't even know existed. So go out there and do it, man. Go find it. Fuck, I'm begging you. Go find it. Go be a fucking badass, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Again, my name is Tayler Goodyear, and I own TG CNC Service out of Wisconsin. Probably be 2 weeks before I'm back on here, but whatever. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it, guys. We'll see you.